Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we take a look at keyboard kit you'll probably watch a million times on YouTube. Yep, that's the GMMK Pro from Glorious. First, let's take a look at what accessories it comes with. It has a color-matched USB-C cable, a switch puller, plastic keycap puller, and extra gasket strips for the keyboard. The GMMK Pro is a 75% gasket-mounted, aluminum body hot swappable keyboard with a knob. The anodization is decent on this board, but it has a very grainy texture on it, which I don't really like. On the back side of the board, you can see a big Glorious logo engraved on the bottom plate. The USB-C connector is centered and has an opening to hide the metal connector. The knob feels good. It has a subtle but noticeable feedback, and the clicks sound decent too. There are RGB side glows on both sides of the keyboard. It is one of the more beautiful RGB implementation I've ever seen on a custom keyboard. The diffusion is very even and there are no light leaks. To open the GMMK Pro, you have to unscrew 9 screws on the bottom plate, then remove the top plate. Remove the connector from the daughter board, then remove the 12 screws between PCB and the aluminum plate. Now you have completely disassembled GMMK Pro. We can see there are foam on the bottom plate as well as 12 gasket strips and a channel to route the GST connector. You can find the other gasket strips on the top plate as well. The hot swap socket is Glorious' own brand, not your typical coil or get-around socket. The sockets are 5-pin south-facing, so it have 100% compatibility with cherry profile keycaps, and you no longer have to clip your switches. The stabilizers on this board is kind of complicated. It is factory looped, so it actually feels okay compared to other stock stabilizers, but the loop job on this thing is inconsistent. Some of the loops are outside of the stems on my unit. Glorious called them the ghost stabilizers. This is far from the greatest of all time. I have experienced better stabilizers on some of the pre-built keyboard. The GMMK Pro comes with default aluminum plate. You can also purchase a polycarbonate plate for $20 or a brass plate for $50. I personally purchased the polycarbonate plate. The polycarbonate plate gives a softer typing experience with slightly muted sound. If you like stiffer typing experience or crispier sound, you can get a brass plate. The default aluminum plate is a middle ground between the brass and the polycarbonate plate. Unfortunately, a lot of third-party screen stabilizers like the Dvorak V2s are not compatible with the aluminum and the brass plate. The polycarbonate plate fits fine. There are 2 ways to solve this. You can either file down your plate to make the opening slightly bigger, or the plate is actually compatible with plate-mounted stabilizers. So if you don't want to file down your plate, you can use a plate-mounted clipping stabilizers. So, how about type on it? In its stock form, I did not really like it, mainly because of the stabilizers. Also, the board is on the firmer side compared to other gasket-mounted keyboard. However, the keyboard do not sound hollow thanks to the 2 layers of foam, one beneath the plate and one at the bottom of housing. So I did some simple mod to my GMMK Pro. I used the polycarbonate plate. I swapped out the ghost stabilizers for Dvorak V2s, looped them with Krytox 205 grade 0 and the dielectric grease. I added double gasket and loosely tied all the screws to make it a bit more flexible. And the sound and feel on this board improved a lot. Here is how it sounds. The GMMK Pro is a very controversial keyboard. Some people hate it, some people love it. I think Glorious marketed this keyboard too aggressively. They made this board sound like the keyboard to revolutionize the whole custom mechanical keyboard market. They made the keyboard community overhyped about this keyboard. So, when it came out, some people are so disappointed at its stock performance. For me, I like this keyboard. If you ignore all the marketing bullshit, it's actually a decent board. Yes, it's not great in its stock form, but after some simple mod, it actually sounds and feels very solid. And it is competitively priced at $180 for the barebone kit. More, Glorious provide 2-year warranty even if you open the keyboard. So, in my opinion, it is the keyboard to get for people who just got into the hobby, especially when they are trying to get comfortable opening and modding their keyboard. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. This is my first video. I still have a lot of things to learn, so critique me down below or give me suggestions. Talk about this keyboard. Do whatever you want in the comment section. Again, really appreciate you watching my first video. Bye.